Police have released new surveillance video in a local father's murder. The two men now linked to the deadly shooting. Also, the drought is forcing a local fire department to make some big changes. The new equipment helping crews cut down on response times. And the top priorities for Georgia's senior senator. Channel 2 Action News sat down with Senator Johnny Isakson. His message to fellow Republicans as Donald Trump takes over as president.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News, Sunday AM. Coverage you can count on.
Good morning. It's Sunday, November 13th. I'm Sophia Choi. Hope you're staying warm on this chilly morning. Meteorologist Brian Monahan starts us off tracking rain this morning.
Clouds, chilly, breezy, and yeah, a few showers out there this morning on Storm Tracker 2 HD radar. I've got the wind over top of the radar, and you can see it's still breezy like it was yesterday. Wind out of the east at 14 miles per hour in Atlanta. Couple that with an upper level disturbance moving in, and yeah, we've got some showers. Really the first time I can remember talking about rain on a weekend in quite a while. A little bit of shower activity this morning through parts of Banks County, moving out of Hall County right now, up through White County and into Habersham County, picking up some light showers, some sprinkles here and there. And as we go back toward the metro, not much happening right now. It's very cloudy around metro Atlanta, but closest showers I can find over on the east side around Lawrenceville, Snellville, back down through east DeKalb County. A little bit of light rain this morning. Otherwise, we're under a mostly cloudy sky. It is chilly out there. Temperature right now in Atlanta at 50 degrees. The air really dry underneath these clouds. That's why all of this rain is not reaching the ground. So just a few sprinkles, a few showers around as we move through 8 o'clock this morning. Temperature at 50 degrees. By 10 o'clock, we're at 53. You can see temperatures just aren't moving very much today. By lunchtime, mostly cloudy. We're at 55. The rain chance will drop off, and well, the temperatures, they're going right back into the 70s. I've got the timeline on that and another warming trend coming up in about 15 minutes.
We'll see you then. Thank you, Brian. Developing this morning, police need help finding the man who shot and killed a father of three. It happened outside a bar in northeast Atlanta. Channel 2 Steve Gelbach live this morning at Edgewood Avenue. And Steve, police do have a major clue.
This is a very busy area, very crowded as the bars let out around 3 a.m. and there are security cameras, one right outside the doors here to the Corner Tavern that captured these images. Take a good look at two men police need help identifying. One is a man in a distinct white jacket, the other wearing a hooded sweatshirt, carrying a backpack. Police were called to the scene after both a man and a woman were shot. She now has only minor injuries, but 32-year-old Mitchell Mormon Jr. was killed. He is the father of three kids, the youngest only 3 months old. We sat down for an exclusive interview with his parents, who say Mormon was fun-loving, full of life, and had just started a new job.
God has just opened up doors for him to start a new job, and he was celebrating that. And for him to be killed, it was senseless.
Take another look at the video. The two men Atlanta police need help at finding. They also want anyone who recorded their own video of the shooting on their cell phone to come forward, call Atlanta police or Crime Stoppers. I'm putting together more of our interview with Mormon's parents. Hear their message for their son's killer coming up in the next half hour. Live in northeast Atlanta, Steve Gelbach, Channel 2 Action News, Sunday AM.
Steve, thank you. New developments this morning in the case of a Pennsylvania man who killed his pregnant girlfriend and an officer. Investigators say he also tried to set off explosives. Police say Michael Walensky had propane gas cans in his home and a vehicle. He and his girlfriend were found dead last week after police say he fired shots, killing an officer and wounding another officer. Police say the gunman also fired at the vehicle, but it did not ignite. The worsening drought and increasing number of forest fires has the Gwinnett County Fire Department making some changes. Channel 2's Tony Thomas shows us how they're cutting response times to brush fires to better protect you.
They're deploying a drop tank.
This 3,000-gallon water tender truck normally sits off to the side at Fire Station 20, rarely used. But right now, it's staffed 24/7, ready to roll in an instant. Its water can be dumped into a holding tank, then transferred to an engine when fire hydrants aren't close by.
We're seeing these fires spread very quickly.
As we walk across 2 acres that burned earlier this week, Captain Tommy Rutledge talked about other adjustments that have been made. An extra engine was added to the fleet last week just to handle grass fires.
We're sending a number of equipment where we might send one engine to an off-road or grass fire, woods fire. We're seeing 2 or 3 engines being deployed just because of how fast these fires are moving.
The department may also soon have staff respond first to reports of smoke to verify the conditions before a truck full of firefighters are moved. Conditions are only expected to get worse. The governor says he's considering adjusting state water restrictions.
There will be further restrictions if we go to a level 2 that will be asked of people to participate in.
While fires burn out of control in the North Georgia mountains, firefighters here hope to keep things contained.
So far, so good. We've been able to handle everything.
Tony Thomas, Channel 2 Action News, Sunday a.m.
The annual Veterans Day Parade rolled through downtown Atlanta this weekend. We got this video at the intersection of Peachtree and Baker Street Saturday. Hundreds of people were there to watch the 35th annual parade and to shoot their very own video. The route ended near the Georgia Dome. As President-elect Trump begins putting his transition team into place this weekend, several Georgians are weighing in, including Republican Senator Johnny Isakson. He won a third term in last week's election. Channel 2's Lori Geary has the priorities ahead for Republicans who will soon control Washington.
It means we need to work together to make the changes the people voted for us.
We caught up with Georgia's senior senator in Cobb County, fresh from a huge Election Day win. Senator Johnny Isakson says he's hopeful Republicans can work together with President-elect Donald Trump and focus on the major issues.
The number one priority of all of us in elected office in Washington is the security of the United States of America. So I think he immediately needs to focus on the hot spots around the world, the threats that we have.
Right now, Trump's focus is on his transition team, which is now led by Vice President-elect Mike Pence. Among the vice chairs, former Speaker of the House and Congressman from Georgia, Newt Gingrich, who stopped in Metro Atlanta this week to talk about Trump's priorities. He says Trump must move on the border issue quickly since he campaigned on it, also Obamacare.
There will be a serious look at how you repeal Obamacare selectively.
Isakson says his party has to tackle this issue, making sure the millions who signed up for health insurance under the program are not hurt by major changes to it.
I think you'll have a transition like you do, a phase out and a phase in type program. But you know, a lot of the people that have gotten insurance, they got insurance that doesn't pay for anything. Well, we need our programs that pay for things and work, and I think Trump will do that.
Lori Geary, Channel 2 Action News, Sunday a.m.
Another Georgia name on the transition team list, Nick Ayers, who was former Governor Sonny Perdue's campaign manager. He's now one of the top 3 advisors to Vice President-elect Mike Pence. Let's get a check on the roads this Sunday morning. Nisi Shaw joins us live from the traffic center. Good morning, Nisi.
Well, good morning, Sophia. Looking at the light rain around the metro area, maybe the results of this crash tending to right now on the East Expressway. Left lane only open, traveling 20 westbound, just west of Turner Hill. Meanwhile, as we continue on the east side through DeKalb, another crash now clearing as you approach 285 northbound, right at Church Street. Outside of that, overall, pretty light commute as you continue on the West Expressway. Construction will close the ramp 20 eastbound, H.E. Holmes Drive. Live look now, traffic tracker 2, where you're continuing through the city, speed limit drive, 7585 south of University. Nisi Shaw, Channel 2 Action News, Sunday a.m.
A local city bans outdoor burning. The fears officials have that led to the ban.
Dry right now over Atlanta, but I want to show you Storm Tracker 2 HD radar tracking showers from Lawrenceville up to Gainesville right now. Up next, the hour-by-hour timeline on how long these showers stick around.
And parents accused of locking a child in a basement now face more charges. The new claims they neglected another child with cancer. New this morning, police are working to find out what led up to a shooting that injured a man. Investigators say the victim was shot multiple times on Old National Highway in South Fulton County. We're working to find out that person's condition and if police have a suspect. Now, as soon as we get more information on the shooting, we will let you know what we learn. A Gwinnett County couple charged in a disturbing case of child neglect is now facing more charges. Ricardo and Therian Wimbush have been in jail since 2014 after police say they found one of 10 children locked in a basement. On Tuesday, the couple was indicted on 2 more counts of child cruelty. Prosecutors say they did not get medical care for their son who suffered from abdominal skin cancer.
This child and most of the other children had never seen a physician in their entire life after they were born.
The Wimbushes now face a total of 7 counts each of child cruelty. This morning, 9 families who lost their homes in an apartment fire are getting some help from the Red Cross. News Chopper 2 showed you the flames shooting through the roof of the building in the Chatsworth Apartments in DeKalb County. Crews were worried about the fire spreading to other buildings, but they were able to contain it. DeKalb County Fire Rescue is working now to find the cause of the fire and where it started. We are working to find out if a former high school basketball coach arrested after a school lockdown faces any charges. Police responded to Holy Innocents Episcopal School in Sandy Springs last week. Investigators say they found the former coach, Terry Kelly, in his car near the school loading up a gun. School officials say they confronted Kelly earlier about sending inappropriate texts and emails to former students. A mother says 2 men attacked her after she took her children to the bus stop.
We don't want this to happen to anybody else.
The stolen item that could help lead police to her attackers. And a car chase ends in a fiery crash. Why police believe the driver is responsible for a string of crimes. A man police say stole a car from an Uber driver is facing charges this morning. Investigators believe he is a serial robber who terrified cab drivers. Police say Mario Davis led officers on a chase that ended in a fiery crash when a state patrol officer performed a pit maneuver on I-75 near Langford Parkway. Investigators say Davis has a history of robbing cab drivers. We talked to a driver who was robbed 2 weeks ago, and he asked us not to identify him.
Feeling better if somebody is robbed and some taxi driver, if the police officer catch him, that's very nice.
Well, police booked Davis on 3 counts of armed robbery. We have the booking photos of 2 Decatur men facing charges in an armed bank robbery and police chase. Officials arrested 22-year-old Marcus Nolan and 32-year-old Mark Caesar last week. Investigators say the pair led them on a 13-mile chase through 2 counties after robbing a Wells Fargo on Dogwood Drive in Conyers. Police say the suspects threatened to kill the bank tellers if they did not hand over cash. The city of Hateville is investigating an incident that cost a high school football team a trip to the playoffs. KIPP Atlanta Collegiate High School was not allowed to play after a fight at Hateville Magnet High. Hateville city manager gave us pictures of damaged water fountains, overturned pool tables, and lighting he claims that KIPP players destroyed. KIPP parents met with Atlanta public school leaders last week. Some cities are enforcing a burn ban because of concerns over the dry conditions. One has already seen a spike in fires. Channel 2's Mike Pachenik has the warning the fire marshal has for homeowners.
I've been very concerned.
Karma Cummins was surprised to hear Milton firefighters responded to her Bethany Creek neighborhood Friday after reports of someone burning leaves.
I couldn't imagine a leaf fire on purpose. Maybe somebody dropped something out of their car.
We have seen a significant uptick in outdoor fire.
Milton Fire Marshal Matt Marietta says since the state outdoor ban expired in October, firefighters have responded to numerous brush fires, including one near this horse farm.
I don't think citizens quite appreciate how easily and how quickly fire can get out of control.
Marietta says the city has renewed its burn ban as conditions continue to stay dry and windy. His biggest concern, brush fires threatening homes and businesses.
All it takes is a increased level of wind and a few extra leaves on the ground, and by the time we're able to get there and deploy our forestry hose and crawl back into the woods, it's gotten out of control.
Mike Pachenik, Channel 2 Action News, Sunday AM.
Milton officials said at this point they are only issuing warnings. They are only issuing warnings to people they find who are actually violating the burn ban, but they say they will start to cite people if it continues to be a problem. Well, no downpours, but finally we are getting some rain. It's been a while. Meteorologist Brian Monahan tracking where it's falling live in Severe Weather Center 2.
Especially on the east side of the metro. Not so much in Milton right now, but as you head out toward Athens, Gainesville, that's where I'm tracking a little bit of light rain this morning. We will take it. It is not much, but in some neighborhoods, just enough to wet the ground as we get started early on this Sunday morning. Let me show you the big picture right now. Satellite and radar together while you were sleeping. In fact, we set you up for this yesterday. I was talking about it yesterday morning. I know Katie Walls was talking about it last night after football. We were talking about this upper level disturbance moving in. This was going to give rise to some isolated showers this morning, and that's exactly what we're seeing this morning. Lots of clouds on Storm Tracker 2 HD radar. Got our time lapse turned on, and you know what? It feels good to talk about some rain, doesn't it? It's been a while since we had a little bit of shower activity out there, but we do have some of that falling this morning across parts of Hall County, down through Banks County, White County, also around areas of Lumpkin County, Cleveland, Cornelia, Homer, picking up some light showers this morning. Again, inside the perimeter, it's pretty dry this morning, but as you head to the east, a little bit of rain through Athens, Watkinsville. As you make your way back to the west along 316, it's raining in Winder right now. A little bit of light rain in Gwinnett County around Lawrenceville. And in the last few minutes, seeing the first little showers pop up in the south side of the metro. Dry Atlanta, dry Riverdale, but a few little sprinkles trying to show up in Henry County around McDonough this morning. Otherwise, where we don't have any showers this morning, it's lots of clouds just after sunrise. Temperatures are cool. It's breezy right now. Wind out of the east-northeast at 15. Look at the air, really dry underneath these clouds. That's why I just showed you that storm Storm Tracker 2 HD view. There's a lot of rain showing up on the radar, but again, because the air's so dry underneath these clouds, a lot of that's not reaching the ground, so it may be just enough to wet the ground in a few neighborhoods this morning. Sunup time was 10 minutes ago. By 8 o'clock, we're at 50 degrees. 10 o'clock temperature at 53. By 12, mostly cloudy sky, temperature at 55. Clouds around with this upper level disturbance. It's going to be a cooler Sunday across North Georgia as this moves on by. Here's 12 o'clock. Lots of clouds. Blairsville, Gainesville, Athens down through Griffin. We're just not going to see a whole lot of sunshine today. Then as that disturbance moves to the east, we'll start to see some drier weather move in and some clearer sky, especially back across our northwest counties this afternoon. So for today, the rain outlook about 20% for the shower chance into early this afternoon. Blairsville, Gainesville, Atlanta to the east, that rain chance at 20%. Farther west, we're going to stay mainly dry this afternoon. Here's your 5-day forecast. The weekend always in view. Rain chance at 20% today. We're cool in the 50s. Tomorrow, more sunshine as the day wears on in the 60s, close to 70 degrees on Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday tracking lots of sunshine. Look at Thursday, way above average with temperatures back in the middle 70s.
A major expansion for Sandy Springs-based UPS. What we found out about the impact on the local job market and the economy. Plus, the washing machine in your laundry room could explode. Why people in Metro Atlanta are having such a tough time getting the repairs they need. And Channel 2 Action News broke the story about the new
Urban Nutcracker is a holiday tradition infused with the flavor.
The Atlanta Hawks say their new D-League team will hit the court in College Park in the year 2020. Team operators joined city leaders at Phillips Arena Thursday to unveil their plans. College Park is footing the bill for a new 3,500-seat arena for the team, but they don't know the exact cost yet. Hawks head coach Mike Budenholzer calls it an ideal partnership.
They may play one night for the Hawks and the next night for the D-League team. And those things can't happen unless you have a partnership and you have a team that's that close.
The arena will be built on land next to the Georgia International Convention Center. A gas pump is now melted. A van burst into flames and exploded. Take a look at the flames at the Shell station on Highway 20 in Forsyth County. Firefighters say no one was hurt, but the van was destroyed. Firefighters had to move quickly to keep the fire from spreading to the gas pumps. More on that coming up in the next 20 minutes. An elderly couple is safe this morning thanks to a quick-thinking sheriff's deputy who was driving by their home. Their house on Cumming Highway in the Macedonia community was on fire last week. Cherokee County Deputy Brian Lonberg was on another call, but he saw the smoke and ran to bang on the house door, waking and rescuing the sleeping couple. Both people got out safely. Emergency responders get training they hope they never have to use. How they're preparing to deal with major disasters. Plus, drivers are resting a little easier this morning. Police told us they have arrested a man who stole the wheels off their cars.
Man, I was just so shocked.
The lengths the suspect took to try to get away from police. A man responsible for stealing rims and tires off vehicles in North Fulton County is waking up in jail this morning. Police tell us someone saw the man rolling a wheel across a parking lot in Sandy Springs. They say Bryant Hunter ran into the woods, then jumped down a 30-foot embankment to try to get away. One neighbor hopes they got the right guy.
If he done it, I definitely want him apprehended, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, this stuff is just running rapid around here. Everybody's windows are burst out with plastic on them, and, you know, it's just crazy.
Now, Hunter also has arrest warrants in Fulton and Henry counties. A medical examiner will soon start reconstructing a skull found in a backyard. We told you about the discovery on Elsinore Street in East Point. A man found the bones in his backyard 2 weeks ago. Police showed us and found more remains. Investigators think they belong to an elderly woman. 24 new troopers will start patrolling Georgia roads in the next coming weeks, about 3 weeks from now. These 24 troopers graduated from Trooper School for the Georgia State Patrol this weekend. They spent more than 30 weeks in intense training. This summer, we reported the State Patrol was actually having some trouble finding candidates to fill much-needed positions. Fire danger is rising throughout North Georgia because of the drought. We went to one neighborhood that saw the danger firsthand and talked to a woman who helped keep a fire from spreading. Plus, grieving parents share memories of their son who was gunned down outside a bar. Their message for whoever killed the father of three.